Bellator welterweight contender, Derek Anderson. What's going on, Derek? I see you relaxing, maxing and relaxing, man. Are you in a camper?
Yeah, it's in my van, man. Fucking dope little setup I got. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I see that it's more common now for fighters to be in their little camper or their van.
Yeah, I think Don Cerrone does something like that, or
Hmm.
something like that.
Yeah, Jessica Rose Clark, she also has a van that she travels around in California.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I,
definitely. So,
I
what?
got no family, so you
So,
know.
like, what? When did you decide to get a van and just live in that?
Well, I kind of wanted to do it like before the last fight even, but then I got lined up with MVP, and I was like, okay, I'll get a temporary place, temporary car, and figure the rest out later. And then I couldn't do that fight, and so I ended up in the COVID and stuff. So I ended up staying in that place for like 10 months, without fighting. So that's like 10 grand right there that I didn't need to be spending. And then I bought a car for like 3 grand, and it crapped out on me in like 4 months. And I got this thing for like $1,500 because it's like it's a V10, so they last forever, and it's already lasted me 4 or 5 months, and it's going pretty strong. So it's just been it's just a good financial decision. And maybe I'll pay more of like a mortgage someday than a rent. I don't want to pay rent again. You know what I mean? I'd rather do this. Plus, I go on road trips. I like to go on road trips a lot. I always kind of consider myself like a motorcycle nomad, but this way I can bring my dog with me.
Yeah, definitely, man. It sounds like a great lifestyle for a single man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, it seems like 2020 hasn't been treating you too bad, right? Most people are complaining, but you seem like you have a good little situation going on.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you can't complain. You know what I mean? That's the way you keep thriving. You know what I mean? You always got to be grateful. You know what I mean? I like my situation. You know what I mean? I am grateful. And then, now I got this big fight with Paul Daley coming up. I'm real grateful for that. And we'll just keep grinding.
Yeah, before we get into the Paul Daley, I wanted to talk about MVP. You're scheduled to fight him twice. Actually, your last fight was supposed to be against MVP in November in London. You had to withdraw. What exactly happened in that situation?
I had a groin pull. And unfortunately, I just I let that get to me, and honestly, I had really I was in really great shape from the last fight. I had like a resting heart rate of 40 after a cup of coffee, so that's pretty good. And so I was like, man, maybe I should just like not even train and just go fight him anyway. But I just couldn't train because I was just getting worse every time I tried to train. And you know, my coaches like me to train if I'm gonna fight. You know what I mean? So they're like, yeah, maybe you should not fight. And I was like, you got to make decisions yourself. If it was myself, you know what I mean? After being not fighting for a year now, there's no way I would do that again. You know what I mean? I definitely just fight him. And I'm not scared of MVP at all. Like I totally love to fight him again, or get lined up with him again. But this is a great one right here, Paul Daley, and we got main event again. And Italy, that's cool. It's it's great. So
Yeah, yeah. This
back
is
on track.
yeah, this is a massive fight, man, especially in the main event. Did you think it would take so long to get rematched up with Paul Daley because you were matched up with him in 2016?
Right. I wasn't chasing him down as much as I wanted MVP, just because like I like to be the shorter fighter. Because I like to go forward. If you see me fight, like I go forward quite a bit, and I like to be the shorter fighter because I like a lot of head movement and stuff. And so I was kind of excited about MVP more than Paul Daley. But so I wasn't chasing him. I wasn't chasing anybody down really much. But you know, uh, whatever Bellator throws at me, that's what I'm down for. So it's his turn now. So I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, Daley, of course, everybody knows him for his knockout power. Do you kind of view him as somewhat of a one-dimensional fighter?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think that was kind of embarrassing, him against Roy McDonald, you know. And I just think his ground game is not very good at all. He's got big power and he's a good banger. You know what I mean? But we're MMA fighters out there, and at this level, you should kind of just got to be able to choke some people out too. I don't think he has a single submission win. And that's whatever. He's been doing his thing for 60 fights now. You know what I mean? So good for him. You know what I mean? But it's time to fight me now, and he's not gonna have a good night.
That's pretty insane, man. 60 fights. I believe he's 37 years old too. When is Father Time going to catch up with him?
Yeah, I don't know. He seems to be, still punching pretty hard and stuff like that. Maybe I'll no, I don't want to retire nobody, but I don't mind, so I'm just there to fight and win, and trying to make sure Father Time don't catch up with me. I'm only 30, but you get old quick in the cage, man.
Yeah. Where have you been working for this training camp?
Mostly my home gym in Escondido, North County MMA, and we always like to bring in a lot of good, tough guys, and like specialists. I like to box with boxers, wrestle with wrestlers, and so we get a good camp on, every time over here,
What has the restrictions been like in your county? Because I've talked to guys from all over California, and they all say totally different things. And some guys are sneaking around, and some guys can't even talk about the training that they've been doing. What's your situation?
Well, yeah, it's been like it was been through all the different circumstances and stuff, and things are kind of starting to open up finally, And I just got this fight notice, like 3 weeks notice. You know what I mean? So I was coming back from a road trip. And I hadn't really trained much, all year, even honestly. And, it's, they wanted me to do this fight. And I felt like I should do it because I didn't want to pull out of the last one, but I did. And, that was Bellator probably wasn't too happy about that. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to do them this favor and take this fight also. You know what I mean? I've only been training, for 3 weeks now or whatever. And, I'm getting in pretty good shape, and I feel like the better fighter anyway, and stuff like that. So, and you gotta. I'm not scared of nobody, so you just gotta do it. You just gotta step up, and it's time to go. So, he's gonna see it in my eyes, and it's gonna be a fight, man.
Definitely, a fight's a fight, man. Now, you talking about you kind of not training as much as normal, stepping back a few. Was that good for you? Mentally.
Yeah, that's a good thing usually. For the last one, right? Like, I get these car accidents and stuff like that. Things hold me back, man. So I had a lot of time off before my last one too. And, luckily for that one, I had, zoned in for a good amount of time before the fight. And I was just so ready to go. And I was super jacked up on some caffeine, actually. I had some coffee after the weigh-in, and I was so jacked up. I was like, don't have coffee the next day. But I had some yerba mate, and that shit jacked me up pretty good too, and so I came at him like he was a heavy bag, and I like to just smash heavy bags with hooks all day, but really I could have just chilled out on him and, probably stung him pretty good, I think better. But, I gave it to him. It was all right, but I was super ready, you know what I mean? And, after these layoffs, you get your mind right. When you're a cage fighter, you got a cage fight, you know what I mean? And, so same thing. It's been about a year again, and I'm ready to fight,
You're only 30 years old. Do you feel like you even hit like your prime yet, or are you at the start of it? Where do you think you are at?
My prime. Yeah, no, I'm maybe hitting my prime or something like that. Like, I'm definitely just a excellent fighter and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, we get old in the cage fast. I mean, it hurts. You know what I mean? And like, I'm the kind of guy who will usually I ignore injuries like crazy. You know what I mean? I had plenty of injuries for that last one that I pulled out of, that I was just ignoring already. And then that groin pull, I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was hernia or something. And it kind of just, it threw me for a loop mentally and stuff like that. And I just, I got paid from the last one. And I was like, they gave me the contract the next day after the last one. And, I don't know. I got injuries now too, but I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, so, you go through different things mentally and stuff like that. And, yeah, my prime, my prime is definitely here. I just need to stay uninjured for a little while,
And then, show it in the cage, right? That's the key point right there.
Absolutely, yeah. I think I always shoot pretty well in the cage. I mean, like, I've had a couple mishaps with like weight cuts and stuff like that for some of my lightweight fights. And, anyone that ever beat me, they know they don't want to fight me again. They know that I whooped their ass. You know what I mean? Like Brent Pringles, he'd be giving me his lunch money every day. You know what I mean? Derek Campos, like, I gave it to him, but I beat his face in a lot more. You know what I mean? He kind of stalled out the last round. You know what I mean? I had a bad weight cut for that one. You know what I mean? Marching held, I gave that one to him because I tapped out. I was a kid though. You know what I mean? Like, and he didn't want to fight. He was thanking God that I tapped out. You know what I mean? But I think I always show it pretty well. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a dog fighter, and you can hit me damn hard. And, maybe I don't remember it too well, but I'm always fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love the fights that you had with Pitbull, man. Those are some great fights right there.
Thank you. Yeah, he's a tough guy.
Yeah, definitely. When you look at Daley and you look at the last two performances that he lost, MVP, he's a striker. MVP went in there and wrestled him, won the fight. Fitch, wrestler, went in there and wrestled him, won the fight. Do you kind of see, something there?
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's cool that Bellator kind of knows that I'm always ready to bang with anybody, and I like to be that way. That's how I fight. That's how I fight. I can't really help it too much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but once I get in that cage, I just want to hit them. And I'll get in somebody's guard. And, like, the last thing on my mind is pass their guard, go for the choke. It's hit them. You know what I mean? So, I'd love to submit them or something like that. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's an MMA fight. I'm sure we'll end up on the ground. You know what I mean? And I'm ready to strike it out the whole time too.
A victory over Daley pretty much catapults you up the ranks, man, in the welterweight division. How do you see yourself winning this fight?
Just make him look bad, man. It could go several ways. You know what I mean? Like, I like the dog fight, like I said. You know what I mean? But like I said, I got the 3 weeks notice. So I could probably be in a little better shape, but I'm actually in pretty good shape. And I might just be a little bit more conservative with my striking. Still there to strike, but just not so much dog fight. You know what I mean? And maybe more technical. Use my range for a change. So I could eat him up on the feet or whatever, and then, like I said, it'll probably get him down a little bit, maybe try to choke him out.
This next show, Bellator 247, the one that you're headlining, is going to be the first show on CBS Sports Network. Does that mean anything to you?
Oh yeah, that's cool, man. We're making history, somebody said. So I was like, oh yeah, we're main event. I'm really excited. It's all just a great opportunity. I wanted to step up, do this for Bellator, and I've been putting my work in, and I feel great. So it's perfect. Everything's great. I'm blessed.
Do you think there's a clear-cut number one contender in the welterweight division right now, or is it up for grabs?
I think that'd be me, man. You know what I mean? Come on, I'm about to,
Oh, no doubt. All right. Now, I wanted to ask you about the Lima and Mousasi fight. Is coming up at the end of October. Do you see Lima doing better than Roy McDonald?
I'm not much of a freaking spectator, man. Ever since I started doing it, I just do it, and I don't watch too much. You know what I mean? I watch a little bit here and there when I got an opponent coming up or something like that. And Lima's a nasty dude with that leg kick, man. You know what I mean? Like, that hurts people. You know what I mean? I know Musasi's pretty good too. I really haven't seen him that much, honestly. You know what I mean? Rory got beat up on the wrestling, kind of.
Yeah.
Roy can wrestle too, so I think Lima better watch out, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's a fun matchup, man. Maybe you might have to be a spectator for that one and watch that one.
I gotta start, man. And I keep saying I'm gonna start watching, but I get busy, man. You know what I mean?
I understand, man. You can't let it be like 100% of your life, right?
Yeah, exactly. That when it takes over your life 100%, it's like it's not then it becomes more of a job, and you got to enjoy yourself, and I got lots of. I definitely am full focus on fighting, but I don't know.
Balance, man. Balance. You need balance.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to have it. Now, one last thing is there's a lot of, I don't know if you've seen this because you're not a spectator, but there's all this talk about Dana White. He's saying that the Bellator fighters, they're the ones that the UFC didn't want, and then he goes and signs Mike Chandler, and then now Mike Chandler is possibly going to get a title shot in his first fight for the UFC, if he steps in for, Khabib or Gaethje. What do you think about this flipping and flopping by Dana White, man? Like,
Yeah, I think he's just trying to make his organization sound better.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And like, I think the only thing better about UFC is like they were the first ones. You know what I mean? Everyone thinks the sport is called UFC. It's MMA. You know what I mean? And like, I ain't scared of nobody over there, and they're probably not scared of me either. You know what I mean? Like, we're all fighters. You know what I mean? And we all work hard. Chandler's a hard ass worker. You know what I mean? And Dana White knows that. You know what I mean? And like, you know, uh, the, you know, yeah, I think he's just trying to make his organization sound better. You know what I mean?
October 1st, man, Bellator 247 main event. You, Paul Daley, big fight in the welterweight division. Thank you so much, Derek, for the time. All the best, man.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, thanks for the interview.
Hey guys, Sasha Platnikoff here, letting you know to tune in to SCMP post-fight for all your weekly martial arts news.